Welcome to another episode of Dad's Worldwide. I'm Brendan, and
And I am your 15-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, the non-chill filter, quadruple distilled Tony fucking G. Thanks for having me again, Brendan.
woo, and what now permanently?
Yeah, so this is big. This is
This
big.
is huge news here at Dad's Worldwide. I was talking with Tony, and I go, yeah. Well, actually, I wasn't talking with you. I just said,
No,
"Hey,
what
Tony."
happened was I was being a narcissist and listening to the last episode I was on, and I'm like, yeah, this Tony G guy, he's really good. I don't know why, it just really resonates with me, and I feel like you should have him on again really soon and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why.
That being said, I was actually just about to message Tony, and I had been thinking long and hard about it because I think this show is significantly better with banter and someone who's like-minded and likes to have fun like I do. So I was like, "Hey Tony, you want to hang out and do Dad's Worldwide with me for I don't know ever?" And he was
Ever,
like,
just always.
"Yeah, yeah, forever and always." And he was like, hell no, I'm too busy for you, you son of a bitch.
That's exactly how it went down. And then he offered me just boatloads of money, and I
Yeah,
sold out. I
yeah,
sold out
and
instantly and immediately, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll sign my soul away." That's
yeah,
a lot of zeros, sir.
the handies really that really sealed the
Well,
deal.
when I say
Yeah.
money, yeah, it was all Handy J's,
Yeah.
and they're not all from Brandon because obviously there's a geographical problem, but we'll
Yeah.
get past it. We'll get around it, and Handy J's will be had for all, and we're all going to benefit. We'll all be better for it.
Well, because Tony will be happier. He'll always have
Yeah, basically, the more I smile, the better off everybody is.
Yeah.
And you can't not smile getting a Handy J. This is a great intro.
This
I'm
is
just
perfect.
feeling it.
This is
It's
perfect.
exactly how you wanted to do this. I know.
Oh yeah, we will make you laugh. We might make you cry. We most definitely. I don't know about this episode, but at
Well,
like some point we might make you a better parent.
we're
Uh,
going.
no, Tony, I'm psyched, man. Thank you for agreeing to it.
Oh,
And
I'm honored. I was so
yeah,
humbled to be asked in the first place. So thank you.
absolutely, absolutely, man. No, I can't think of well, I can think of a few people better, but
Well, oh yeah, so could I.
you know, so
I'm like, so like everybody else just like ghosted you, right?
yeah.
Nobody else responded, I assume. You're like,
Nope.
I can't wait any longer. I
I
need an
can't wait.
answer.
I
And
need
this asshole has
somebody.
no life. He'll answer right away.
Jeez, Tony, it was fast. I barely even got the sentence out.
Yeah, I just saw the little bubble typing.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I didn't even ask yet, man. Damn. That's how it
No,
works.
it would. No, you were the first, and honestly, I listen. I love John Svedesi, but we already did a few shows together. He's always on this show, and like I was just like, well, and he's really busy with his show, so which you're
Well, he's got
obviously
like
busy.
5 of them too.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
feel the flight. I understand.
That dude he never
Yeah.
stops, man. He never stops. And then Chicken and I are already doing another show, and then Phil, well, he's
Phil, unless you say, "Hey, Phil, can I be on your show?" He's gonna be like, Wait, sorry, I didn't understand. Were you not talking just about me, exclusively me, and
yeah,
benefiting me?
yeah.
Because I don't understand what language you're speaking, sir."
Exactly. So that's like this is a show that yes, you need to talk about yourself, but in other things you also need to talk about other people. So yeah, as much as
Ah,
I
not his
love Phil,
wheelhouse.
but yeah, I don't think he would be a good fit for
Phil's
every
favorite
episode.
topic
So
is Phil.
yes, for
You can
sure.
only get so
For
much
sure.
Phil
Yeah. Yeah.
over multiple
And
episodes.
I've only got like 2 or 3 listeners, so we don't want to lose those guys. So, um, and Chicken and Tony are the 2 out of the 3. So, so I'm losing
Well,
one
no, I only
now.
listen to the
Yeah.
ones that I'm on.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this was
That's fair.
Brennan ensuring that I listen to more
The more
episodes.
episodes, yeah, because he's on all of them. Yeah, that's great. Oh, good. I already improved my download numbers.
And yes, I am drinking Wild Turkey straight out of the bottle because I got down here and I
No cup.
realized I didn't have a glass. And to be completely honest, it's not worth my health or injury to go back upstairs to find a glass. And by that I mean literally the room behind me is a absolute nuclear bomb disaster area of toys and easels and cars and farm animal. Like literally, we took everything that was out of the room above it, and it just went down into the toy room, out of sight, out of mind for a few days, so we can reconvene and figure out what to do next. So now I can hardly get into this room. So it was
Oh,
really pretty
damn.
impressive that I'm here at all. I made it. I my one of my twins gave me a flashlight to
Nice.
help with the journey.
That's
Now
because they
that'll aid
care.
me on the way back. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
very
it's
kind.
because they care. And that's the other thing. That's the other reason I asked Tony. It's because he's classy. I mean, anyone that drinks out of the bottle,
Well,
straight
you
class.
know, I sat down. I went, I'm gonna have to drink out of the bottle. Yeah, probably not gonna do Blanton's or Old Grandpa's 114 or Special Reserve or not 12. Yeah, yeah, Wild Turkey. You can drink that.
Little
Whatever.
turkey. Yeah, yeah.
Nobody will
Yeah.
think bad of me about
They were like, old granddad, like, what are you doing?
that. It's
I
really
find
good.
I finally found a bottle and bond bottle.
You finally found at least that.
I
Jeez.
found that, yeah, and I didn't
Oh,
even buy it because I bought something else. I was like I
go
was like, "Oh,"
figure.
I was like, "Do I get the granddad?" Oh, but
It's pretty good. It's just the 114 so much better. It just
it
is.
I know,
It's
that's what I was like, I really
so
want the 114. Yeah,
you don't
can't
want to
find it
settle.
anymore.
I
Yeah,
understand. I
and
understand.
I end oh, little bourbon talk here. I ended up getting Basil Hayden's, which I'll never get it again.
I was gonna say I've never heard like anybody like, yeah, yeah, it's okay, but yeah, no, I'm not
I
really.
would rather have regular Jim Beam.
Ouch! Wow.
I mean,
Ooh.
Jim Beam Black is obviously
Oh yeah, yeah.
way
I
better,
go black for
but I
sure.
mean, yeah, I think I would rather have just straight Jim Beam than Basil Hayden's. I didn't really think it was anything special.
I haven't heard anything good about it, honestly. I've never.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've tried it.
I had never had it. I was speaking to a gentleman the other day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Basil Hayden's is my go-to," and I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "I've never had it. I've never heard anyone say anything. I never heard anyone say anything bad about it." So I was like, "All right,
Yeah,
I'll give it a whirl." You know,
yeah.
I mean,
That's the thing. Like Chicken bought a bottle once. He's like, yeah, yeah, no, I probably won't buy that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like that was
So
very nondescriptive, but that told me everything I need to know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just didn't. There just wasn't much flavor to it, and yeah, I don't
So
know.
that's what you were getting shit faced over the weekend on, right?
No, no, no. So that was camping. Oh man, it's been a while. Okay, so man, this summer's been like crazy. I mean, honestly, like the last month and a half for me has been a blur. I've been, like working like a dog and getting home and then working on my house until I go to bed. And then we went camping for a weekend and I've been it's not a diet as much as kind of just getting up early, eating right,
Ah,
and that type of thing. So I haven't been drinking very much. For a while, I didn't drink at all. For about 3 weeks, I didn't really have a drink. So I've been watching carbs basically. So my carb intake has been slim to none. I haven't had a beer in a month and a half, a month.
oh wow,
Yeah, for me,
wow,
that's pretty huge. Like,
damn,
that's all I ever drink usually, so, but now the vodka sodas, is kind of my if I'm going to drink, it's kind of my thing because there's very few carbs or no carbs.
yeah,
So that's kinda where I've been, at for that. So, but I've snuck in
that's
some
a good
bourbon
one.
here and there. So
Well, sure,
when we were camping is when I got that Basil Hayden's. So, we were camping on the ocean in Maine, not on the ocean, but, like, near the ocean. That would be
nearby.
very, very wet. Yeah,
It's salty.
yeah. Yeah, we get to the campground, um, and, we're late because I'm a dink, and,
You can't be late to a campground. That's an oxymoron. You literally cannot be
well
late to camping.
well, okay, so we're only there for 3 days,
Right.
right? Well, we planned on being there for check-in, like, 2, 3 o'clock. Well,
Uh,
I had a hellacious day at work the day before, so I worked until about 11:30 the night before. Well, the night before, I was supposed to be putting up a ledger board for a deck, so the siding guys, um, didn't, of course, the siding guys that are doing my house, of course, that's the first side of the house that they're gonna be working on, so I need to get this ledger board up so they know where to put the siding, basically,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do that, so I ended up doing that all morning and, like, trying to, like, button things up before they tearing my house up, and, uh and so we run late and, like, literally, we pulled into the campground. We I put that tent up super fast. Thunder starts rolling, and literally, the rain just starts coming down. I open up the tailgate to the minivan,
Yeah.
the lift gate. I open it up and like shove everyone underneath it, and then just like boosh. And my boys were gonna be sleeping in a tent on their own, a little 2-person tent. And I'm like, once the rain subsided, we went over there and I'm like, it's like soaked. Like
Yeah.
there's like big old puddles in it. Like our tent was, like there was a
All right,
few
boys, enjoy hypothermia for the night.
yeah, yeah. Our tent there was like a few wet spots in it, but I was like their tent was like soaked. I mean, absolutely soaked. And
Yeah.
so okay, what reasonable I'm like, all right, well, you're sleeping in the big tent tonight. And my son's like, why?
Yep. Yep.
What what do you what do you mean why? I'm like, look at the tent. It's soaked. He's like, but it's soaked. I was like, stop arguing with me. I was like, get your stuff and put it in the other tent. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? So, but yeah, that was the Basil Hayden's weekend, and I think it was the second night. I think is when I grabbed that bottle. It just had a few. So,
That's fair.
yeah, and then hung out with my mom for the next week after that. And yeah, I had a few. Well, probably more than a few vodka sodas that week.
So,
So
what do you like? What are you doing with the vodka? And so, like, what soda are you using?
it's just like it's like the seltzers that come in
Like the
those
club
little
soda?
cans. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like,
Okay.
well, no, the brand name's called Cutwater, I think.
Or
But
is it?
it's like little flavored,
Yeah.
vodka
Okay.
sodas. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it looks like seltzer, but it's just made with vodka, like High Noons and stuff like that. That type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I've got a buddy who's been drinking less beer and drinking more. Well, he started out with vodka and Mio. He'd just
Hmm.
take vodka, pour it on ice, and then take those little Mio squirts, whatever flavor he wants. And then he got on Bacardi clear rum and Mio, and oh boy, that shit's dangerous, it turns out. Oh
It's
yeah.
real dangerous.
Oh yeah, very, very dangerous. But yeah, well, that was like half the reason I switched from beer to whiskey a long time ago, primarily because, like, yeah, I drink a lot of beer when I drink beer, and
Hmm.
I get really bloated. So then I started drinking whiskey, and then Phil discovered I started drinking whiskey, and he didn't understand. And then, like a year and a half later, he's like, "Yeah, I like to try that too. I'm just going to do all of it."
Like all
What?
of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna buy all the whiskey ever, all of it, and different whiskey, and now it's gonna be work. So that thing you used to enjoy, sorry, yep, now it's homework. So yeah, now when I get to drink without Phil, it's actually kind of nice.
It's kind of enjoyable.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now yeah, I mean, I started drinking bourbon, I don't know when it was, probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, but, I mean, I was like a Makers and Eagle Rare guy. I was just
Hmm.
that's all I would ever drink. I never ventured into anything because I didn't wanna spend $60 on a bottle and be like, "Oh my god." Until I met you guys, I'm like, I'm not no, no, because 'cause I'm like, I don't wanna have to throw it out. So
I mostly drank Jameson, and then, well, I'd start drinking Jameson, and I get it on the rocks, cut with water, and it's basically like nothing going down. So slam, yep, I'll have another. Slam, yep, I'll have
yeah.
another. Slam. Like, oh, that's why people don't do that. Oh, okay, just on the rocks.
Just
Yeah, then I just started drinking it straight, and then Phil's like, "Oh, bourbon's way better." I'm like, "Oh, that stuff's so high in proof, though. This is nice. This Irish whiskey. Oh, this is. Oh, it is really good. Oh, yeah, 135. Yeah, that's my jam now. Yeah, so I guess I'm just that asshole now. Perfect. Oh, and it's 8 times the price of James. Oh, even better.
Even better.
Yeah.
And then also the difference between a single guy and us.
Yeah,
Like
there's that.
he just buys all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, all of it at any
Yeah.
given. Hey, here's this thing I've never even heard of. It was 80 fucking dollars, but you know what? Fuck it, YOLO.
Let's
Cool.
try it.
Better you than me, Phil. Hope it's good.
Oh man. Well, so
Hmm.
today, I for about you today is New Hampshire's first day back at school for the
First day
kiddos.
today. That
Yeah.
today is September 5th. Man, it feels late.
Yeah, when did you guys start up?
Well, see, we started what I felt like was early. So we
Yeah.
started this is their I think this is their third full week out here in Nebraska starting back. Because they had
Holy mackerel. Damn.
yeah, I think it is. Because well, they had a Thursday, Friday, which is pointless. And
Yeah.
then I think they've had 2 full weeks, if I remember right. So this should be their 3rd full week starting this week. So yeah, they're yeah, almost into a month, which is crazy to me. And yeah, because usually we've got like the state fair and they've got a big camping trip on my wife's side. They go for about a week, and I didn't get to go this year. So yeah, it was kind of they, and it always seems to coincide on the same exact. They leave the same exact weekend that my family from all over the country has a reunion in my town that I live in, but they're always gone and on the road by the time that starts because it always seems to sync up that way. But
Oh, nice.
so yeah, I always go stag, and I'm like, no, I swear I have a family. I'm not making it up.
They
Look,
don't
look, they
like
were here
me.
this year, like 6 years ago. I promise. Look at this book. See, and you know they're all like, oh yeah, they left him. Look at that schmuck. Clearly, what an asshole. I bet he cheated.
I
He
bet
looked
he
like that
cheated.
type. I could smell the whiskey on his breath.
He
So
is
yeah,
Tony fucking G.
yeah. So yeah, we I wish they'd start like a week later or just cancel that short week altogether because then things could line up better. But overall, you know, it is what it's a small school system. It's a really nice school system. It's the same one I went to. Some of the same teachers are still there. Like
Oh, damn.
my twins are in kindergarten this year, starting kindergarten, and there's 2 kindergarten classes, and one of them got the kindergarten teacher that I had, and I think I was one of her first classes, maybe the second year she'd ever done, first or second. So she's been there a long time. Uh, and they split them up, and the school system just does that automatically unless you like fight like hell to put them together, which I'm like, you know, maybe it's not the worst thing. Obviously they're very very attached to each other. They're twins, of course, but
Yeah, yeah.
you know, maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing if they didn't depend on each other. And frankly, you know, maybe they'll learn a little better. I don't know. Let's try it out, and if they excel, great. If one of them has some problems, then we can fight it next time. But you know, there's actually a lot of twins around this area, so we've talked to people who did have to fight for it because one did okay and the other just tanked, could not handle being away from their twin, and then when they put them back together, thrived. So, I think so far they're doing very well, but Jarek, they have it's like a zone system, green and blue and yellow and orange or something like that, and it's just different expressions or ways you're feeling, and I think 95% of these days they have like an app you can go look it up. Jarek has been in the blue zone all but like one day. What's the blue zone? He picks that because I'm tired. And he's tired every day. Like, buddy, you can't just be tired. Like, I know hungry's in there, and I know you're hungry. Don't lie to me. Pick that one of these days. People are gonna start thinking you're depressed, dude. Come on, are you depressed?
I
No,
see
I'm
you
just
eat.
tired.
I
Yeah.
see you
Oh,
eat. I know you're hungry.
I
Yeah.
know he eats. He eats a lot.
That's
So yeah,
interesting that they split up the twins. I wouldn't think that they would.
well, because when I was in elementary school, I remember distinctly we had a set of twins, and I remember them being together maybe once, but we always assumed it was because the parents asked them to be split up. So I don't know. Maybe that's always been a thing. Maybe not. I think it just depends on the
Separate their
schools.
assholes together. Mega assholes.
Mega asshole, Ultra Zord asshole.
Just
Wait, I mean
uh,
that can be accurate, especially for mine. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah,
how No, I was speaking strictly about the twins. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. No, I mean, I was
Understand.
thinking like I mean, I guess I could like what like you said, maybe they'll learn better if they're not fooling around with their,
Yeah. Well, even
their
with
brother or
friends,
sister. And
at that age, you can't sit two like besties together and expect them to both learn everything. And
yeah,
I think that
not talk to each other and fool around. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just not gonna happen. Yeah.
no, it just doesn't. So I think these teachers learn pretty early on who's friends with who, and they're like, okay, yeah, sorry, you got to sit with this dude over here, and you got to sit over here with her because nobody's going to learn anything if we sit you together. So I can totally understand it from that perspective. And they're very, we're talking kindergarten here. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
was just gonna say that. Yeah, like like my daughter is my daughter did Play-Doh today for school. Like that was it.
see,
Like
that's hardcore stuff.
that's hardcore.
It
Hardcore.
is.
She's not yet in kindergarten, but I mean, yeah, what do they do in kindergarten, right? Like numbers and yeah, like
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
yeah,
And maybe.
letters. Yeah, maybe, maybe. So in what age what grades your other ones in there?
So Vesper's not in
Oh
anything
yeah,
yet.
she's not in anything. Yeah, she's what?
Nothing yet.
Yeah, 2
She's
or 3?
almost 3. She'll be
Yeah,
3 in
yeah.
November.
Yeah.
Striker's in 2nd grade. He's gonna be 8 here coming up, and
Nice.
he's a fantastic student. He's always been very good. Like, this kid just it's just always clicked for him. Spelling, counting, math, all the stuff. Like, when we play Yahtzee, he gets pissed if we add up the score before him because he wants to do it because he's determined to be as good as he can. And I'm like, the same for me. I don't know where the hell this is coming from, but kudos. Let's keep that going for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Like, he can. I mean, he can just sit there and count to 1,000 with no break, no screw ups whatsoever. Like, it just works. It works in his mind, and he's very very goal oriented when it comes to school because he's like, I want to be the best. I don't know if I mentioned on here before, but was it last year maybe? They go to like the computer lab, and they I don't know, it's some simple program. They'd have them all get on in the computer lab, and one of the kids taught him how. Oh well, yeah. The password to log in is just like your birthday or something really really simple that any kid could figure out, or your first name or something like that. Well, he figured out, oh yeah, so I can just I can hack into anybody's. And the reason he did this and he started to look through other people's shit was because he wanted to see how good everybody else was doing and see how he ranked against everybody else. I'm like, kind of proud, but like, maybe don't do that again.
Give me a high five, but don't do that
Yeah, like,
again.
I don't know, buddy. I I'm glad you're trying. I'm glad you want to be the best, but no, let's not become a hacker just yet. Like, there's
Yeah.
time. There's
Can you
time
put
for
can you
that.
put more money in daddy's bank account?
Yeah, and if you're gonna make a career out of it, here's my bank account number, routing number. A few zeros would be fine. No problems.
Just
No
add a
pressure.
couple, just a
Just a
couple.
couple zeros. Not a big deal. Nothing noticeable. Nothing to get me audited.
Yeah. We don't need the government. Come
No,
around here.
keep Big Daddy government out of the back seat, pal. Thank you. But yeah, we're doing good with school. Right now we've got soccer practice, and it's just chaos because a couple of nights a week for that, and then I think Saturday is their first games for that, and it was a whole
Yes.
disaster getting schedules set up, and now it's like half as long a season. They've only got 4 games, and of course the Twins are in the lower level, Strikers in this upper level now, and all 4 weeks they all play at the exact same time.
Well,
So
of course.
yeah, why wouldn't they? So we're
But
gonna have to take turns going back and forth. At least it's all in like the same spot, so we can like tag in and out and
yeah.
trade places. But yeah, fall sports, it's fun because right after that, then we got football. So yeah, like summer got away from us completely. August, holy crap, that went way too fast. It's September. I'm just shell shocked that we're 5 days into September already. I honestly can't believe that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
August was blinding. It was just blinding. So yeah, the Roy household is homeschooling full effect.
Boom.
Yeah. So the kids, get up, walk out about 2 feet, and then sit down on their desk.
Hard to be tardy.
Yeah, it makes it difficult. Makes it difficult. Uh, you know, yeah, my wife is pretty good about, she's like, just here's what you need to do, get it done.
Yeah.
Sometimes that works, sometimes not so much.
I'm gonna assume it depends on the subject and the kid, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And today was the first day, and she's telling me that my oldest Jackson was just like, oh god, so tough day. It was such a tough day. Oh my god. She's like, you didn't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
please, like this is ridiculous.
It's gonna get so much worse, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, a week ago he asked, he's like, hey, can I start school now? And and my younger son, my 8-year-old Max, was like, what's wrong with you?
I'm bored. Let's
Like,
just
who
get it
are you?
going.
Yeah,
Let's
who
get
are
it
you?
done.
What's going on here? No, I don't want to
Well,
start school. This is stupid. Like, yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah.
So you had didn't one of your sons go want to go back to school and then decide against it? Was I remember
Yes.
you talking about this before.
Yes. Yeah, good call on that one. Yeah, Jackson was it was because of a girl that he wanted to go back
That's
to
what I thought.
school. Yep. Yep. So she moved. So
So
that kind
that
of
ended that.
yeah. Well, also so New Hampshire does it's called an education freedom account. Basically, they give you some money if
Mhm.
you homeschool your kids.
Right,
So it's
right.
kind of like school choice.
Sure.
So if you sent them to a charter school, private school, anything like that, you'd still get that money. It would just go
Makes sense.
towards tuition, right? So this one, so when we homeschool, we get the money. We don't just get like a lump sum. You got to buy school supplies with it.
Right, right.
You got to provide receipts. You're not just going out
Oh, I'm
rolling the
sure they
strip
audit
club.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not going to the gentleman's club and throwing ones and Bambi's G
It
string.
was a field trip.
Yeah, yeah.
Gosh.
This is what we like
Jeez.
to call an entrepreneur.
Yeah, this is what
Yeah.
not to aspire to be. It's a
Yeah.
teaching moment.
Yeah.
But no, I can appreciate that. I imagine that the dating pool at home is pretty slim to none. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
got a
But
chance
can
to,
you imagine being 10 years old and worried about I
I
can I don't I asked
oh
my mom was like, "Oh, he takes right after you." Cuz I was I like the ladies, what can I say? And I said, "Really? At 10 years old I was like determining life decisions on a girl? Like that's what you're saying to me?" And she's like, well, maybe not. I was
yeah.
like I was
I mean,
like,
I
"All right.
liked him at 10 and probably before that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't like pursuing at 10
Yeah.
because
I just
no.
wanna grab a boob or kiss a cheek, like,
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to, make life decisions there, but, then
Yeah.
again, I don't really remember. It's been a while, so,
Yeah.
um,
The stuff that would basically be light assault these days.
yes, life Me too, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Um, so, yeah, so he was still, like, "Oh, I'm unsure." Like, "Listen, You you can choose whenever you want. You can go back
Mhm.
to school, and if you like it, you can come back. But here you go. Here's the thing. You like playing flag football because that's your PE for
Yeah.
homeschooling, and that's not gonna happen anymore
Yeah.
because that stuff's expensive. And guess who pays? Guess who pays for that? Education Freedom Account. That's what pays for that. You want a new computer. Oh, you want a new computer? Well, you'll get one if you stick around, so it's one of those things that yeah, he's like, I said weigh the pros and cons and then get back to me type thing.
Yeah.
So and he was adamant with all those pros, he was still adamant that he was going to school, but then his friend ended up moving and he decided that yeah, okay, I'll stay home. So yeah, both boys are being homeschooled this year, and I say day one was a little frustrating for everybody. So we'll see. We'll see
You
how
work through it. Work through the
yeah,
kinks. Get back in the groove of things. This long summer, I get it.
yeah, yeah. And man, I don't know about where you're at, but it's like the first 5 days of September have been hotter than the whole month of
Oh yeah.
August. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
we got like a 3-day stretch there where it got nice and cool. And it was almost chilly in the morning. And we went, yeah, like right back to like 95
Yeah,
after that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not it's still very, very hot here and woof. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, speaking to like you're talking about trying to get healthy and all that, get bed early. I've been doing the same, literally wearing my Fitbit again for the first time in probably a year. We started doing this step challenge deal at work. A few of the secretaries doing it, and I'm probably like the only guy doing it, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing it anyway, so I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm getting up early. I get up at like 4:45, get my shit ready. I'm out the door at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just start walking. And I can do an hour, hour and a half, knock out 3 to 5 miles, depending. And that's get back home, take a quick shower, head my ass to work, and I've got 10,000 steps on the day already. So yeah, it's
Oh
and
man,
the more you sleep, the better
Ethel
you
must
feel.
hate you. All the ladies in the office, like they're just like
Oh yeah, I'm
that
kicking their
mother.
ass, and they're not. I don't think they're thrilled about it, but like it's a team effort because we're going up against other teams, so they're still like, okay, good, but like,
Could you tone
kind
it
of
down a
fuck
little bit,
you,
you
yeah,
asshole?
making us all look bad. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I feel like Tony gets into the office this morning in the morning and he looks he goes, "Listen, Ethel, step it up a little bit. You only had 2,000 steps yesterday. What the hell is wrong with you?" She's my
I'm
hip hurt. Shut
93
up. I don't
years
care if you're
old.
93. Gertrude, listen to me. You too. Guys need to start pulling your weight around here.
My cat was sick.
Fuck your
I'm in a
cat.
wheelchair. That's no excuse. More
That's
steps.
no excuse.
More steps.
What?
Ugh,
We are gonna
embarrassing us
win
all.
this challenge.
I don't even know what we'd win if we did win.
Oh god.
But yeah, I mean, on and off all year, I've been doing this anyways. I'm like, yeah, I guess I can dust off the old Fitbit, charge it up, and donate my steps to a good cause, whatever the fuck
There you
that
go.
is.
Well, you've been killing it, man. You've been working out. You've been hitting the treadmill, or you've been running out and about. So yeah,
It's so much
I've been
better
seeing you.
outside.
Oh
I
yeah,
hate
definitely
the
better.
treadmill. I hate the treadmill so much. So yeah,
I don't
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
like
soak up
running
as
at
much as
all.
I can before it
Yeah,
gets cold
yeah,
outside.
yeah. I don't like running at all. So
I
I
hate it.
try.
I'm
I
not
like.
built for it. I'm short. I'm stocky. I'm not built for like long distance jogging. I can do short spurts, but mostly I'm power walking. But then I'll get a good sprint in. Okay, back to the power walking. And that just works better. Back in 2018, after we had the twins, I was in like the best shape of my life. I was actually jogging pretty consistently. On my birthday, I did like a fucking 10K, which would be 6.2 miles in, for me, is pretty good, like an hour and 25 minutes. Like that's some
Nice.
serious fucking time for me.
Yeah.
And then a few people told me like you're too skinny. And I'm like, like, but I'm not. Like I'm not skinny. Like no, we've never. I don't know that I've ever seen you this skinny. Stop it. Yeah, I kind of put a damper on everything. I got fat again after that because yeah, COVID came pretty quick after that, and yeah, so
Once you reach
now
a
I'm
certain
trying.
age, it's just so easy to get fat.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I'm like, I'm doing all this. I'm like, no, this definitely not working the way it used to work. So, oh yeah, I got to eat right too. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's get consistent with the steps before I put down the cheeseburger. So,
Yeah.
baby steps and all that.
Well, yeah, that was probably my hardest. The hardest thing for me was like my late night snacks
Oh,
and the booze, the beer.
mhm.
I love those craft beers. So that was that was. And once I stopped doing that, I pretty much slimmed down pretty quickly. So,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
and then
carbs is huge.
yeah, carbs are and of course my late night snack was nachos. Like
Oh,
yeah, tortilla chips and salsa, a little bit of
oh,
cheese on
baby.
top.
Mm,
Man, it's whew.
mm.
So, but
I
yep,
used to wake up in the middle of the night and go raid the fridge. Like I'd wake up at like 1:30 in the morning. And it wasn't even like a drinking night. It was just like a idle Tuesday. I'd get up and I'd just go to the fridge, not like asleep, but not fully awake. And
yeah,
I just
just
go over
grab
to
a
the fridge and
snack.
I'd, yeah, just be eating. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I can see how this be get on top of you pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, it was there's a book I listened to, and they were talking about how like the way that you feed your body, the times that you feed your body are
Mhm.
directly related to like what focus you have and what energy you have and what so they kind of laid out a schedule in the book, like how to eat, when to eat, that type of thing. And it really fit my schedule really, really well. So that's I don't want I really don't want to call it a diet. It is kind of a diet, except it's really just it's kind of the way I eat now. That's just
Yeah.
it's not something I plan on changing. Like I do protein shakes in the morning, or
Mhm.
not really in the morning because I usually fast for 16 hours. And then from there I just do, mostly protein, some fats, and a few carbs, nothing crazy. And then dinner's just kind of normal. Um,
Mhm.
but then uh but then focusing on like quick acting carbs and not still no like I cut out bread as well. So
Yeah.
I pretty much I haven't had a slice of bread in, yeah, like a month. So,
Oh.
um, maybe
Oh.
maybe maybe I have maybe one slice, but
Oh, it's still
that's about it.
brutal. Oh,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Yeah, the
Ah.
bread that I eat is usually the gluten-free bread, so it's really not that bad of it. Like, it's more of like, "Oh, thank God I don't have to eat that crap anymore."
Yeah, if you can force yourself to eat something terrible for a while, then just stop cold turkey. Yeah, your
Yeah,
body probably thanks you.
yeah, your body's like, "Oh, yeah, that was good. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job."
Thanks.
So
Appreciate it.
so, yeah, so no, and I've seen your posts, and they're awesome, so they keep me going as well, man. They keep me motivated. So,
Well, that's the other thing. Like,
and
if I have somebody else I can see that's doing something, or if you do this step challenge, like, it just keeps me like on track. Because if I'm
yeah.
just doing it and nobody else, like, if my wife's not on a kick right now, or somebody else isn't, that I'm like, oh yeah, we should both do. Oh yeah, let's do. It just works so much better. And then the same thing, like if I put it on Instagram, like, okay, now I'm putting my stupid ass self out there. People are gonna see it. So if I don't do it for a week, people can be like, oh, lazy fucker quit. So you get in
Yeah.
your own head that way. And that seems to help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, every time I see one of your posts, I try to at least like it, if not comment, you know
Well,
give
and
me
I
a
look
good
dead sexy, so
give
I
me
get it.
yeah, of course. Of course. Did you get the photos never mind. Never mind. We'll talk about
Oh,
that
no,
later.
no, I got them. I got 'em.
Yeah.
They're printed out in front of me right now on the other
Yeah.
wall, poster size.
Oh, good. Yeah. All right, man. That's all I got. You said you had
So,
a story for
yeah,
me.
I had, like, a moment, and it was the same day I messaged you, the other day. It was really bittersweet because it dawned on me in the moment. It was something I was really, really looking forward to, and then when it happened, I'm like, "Oh, now I'm kinda sad about this." So, like I
Oh
said,
no.
Vesper's almost 3. She'll be 3 in November, and my wife decided, okay, it's time to potty train, and we got to get this done because we've been trying to do it on and off a little bit, but she just wasn't super interested in it yet. Didn't want to force it. She'd use it a couple of times, but mostly, nah, screw that. I want my diaper. I want the whole process. I want you to cater to me. I want the powder, all that. Well, she got on that last pack of diapers, and once they were gone, she's like, "Nope, that's it. We're gonna do this." And it's been like 4 days. She's had maybe two major accidents, and so like, yeah, pretty much knocked that out of the park. We're done now. And then I took her to the bathroom and I sat her down. She went, I'm like, oh, high five, good job, and helped her get her everything back on. She walked out, and I'm like, oh shit, I've changed my last diaper. Oh,
Oh no.
oh. And now I don't know how to feel about that. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things you rush to the goal, and then the goal you cross it. You're like, well, now what? Oh, now it's over, and now I'm really sad about it, nostalgic, and I'm gonna cry a little bit. So yeah, that was one of those moments. You're like, you don't prepare yourself for how you'll feel after it happens. You just spend all your time thinking about, oh, I can't wait to stop buying diapers. Oh, I can't wait to be no more changing poopy diapers. Oh, this is fantastic. They can take care of themselves. Oh, now they can take care of themselves. Oh, well, shit, that kind of sucks. So yeah, I'm a little bittersweet remorse and sadness, but pride too. So yeah,
A lot of parents talk about firsts,
yeah,
but they don't talk about lasts, right?
it's
Like
the
it
last.
kind of it slips your mind,
Yeah,
and I forget what comedian I think it might have been Joe Coy who just says like if your kid asks you to pick them up, you pick them up because that might be your
Yes.
last time, you know? It
Yes.
might be your last time to
Uh,
pick that kid up, you know, and
we
give him a kiss
constantly
and
talk about that,
yeah.
like, oh, my
Yeah.
wife tells me that stuff all the time, "Enjoy it while it lasts, you never know when it'll be the last," especially the picking them up because
Yeah.
they're still gonna want me to lug their fucking lard asses around, and my back's just not gonna be able to handle it. Holy crap, these kids weigh a freaking ton, but no,
Yeah.
seriously, it is, yeah, that tears you up because you're like, "Oh my god, you're so damn big." And we do the thing on the wall marking height, and every birthday, it's like, "Oh my god, double, triple, quadruple. What? Stop it. Slow the down. Why is this happening right now? Knock it off." Well, maybe having another kid wouldn't be so bad. No, stop it. No, bad, bad. Ugh. Yeah, so
Uh,
I'm just seeing, like, I can't believe I'm about to have a 3-year-old again, and then you think, "Oh, I'm gonna have a 3-year-old for the last time." I'm like, "Oh, man, this just sucks. Oh, this is brutal." But then they're, like, learning there's so much, they're getting good at stuff, and she's so smart. She's fucking brilliant. Like, when we went to kindergarten to check the room out, like, a week before they started doing school, they've got the alphabet on the floor. Like, I can just go around with her and be like, "What's that letter? What's that letter?" And she knows her entire alphabet.
oh,
She's
that's
not even
awesome.
3. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's great.
incredible. She's so smart. She like quick-witted, and that scares the shit out of me because this girl mind games. Oh, she's gonna be a little
Oh,
manipulator.
yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I was just thinking. I was like, "Well, your daughter sounds sweet. Mine's an
Yeah.
asshole."
Oh no, she's
She's
she's sweet, but she's a viper.
oh my god.
Mm.
She Isabel's very, very stubborn.
Must be a
And
girl thing.
holy good god, like, we'll put her when her foot's down, like, that's it. She'll just dig her
Yeah.
heels in, she's done. That's like,
Yep.
"This is what I want. I don't care what you tell me, I will scream." When she's tired, especially when she's tired, if you tell her no, she just goes, "Bah,
Yeah.
bah," like, at the
Yep.
top of her
Screech,
lungs.
bark,
Yeah, just like
growl
just
thing.
this
Yep.
random, like yeah, just this random, like, "Bah,"
Yeah.
like, she just, like it's like, "Oh my god, just stop." It's like, "Have you heard the most
Yep.
annoying noise in the world?"
Yeah.
You know, like, it's she just does that, and it's
That
just
sounds
like
familiar.
and
Yep.
oh god. And you can't
Love
choke
it.
a 3-year-old. It's just it's
No,
frowned
you
upon.
can't,
She's
unfortunately.
4 now,
Yeah.
actually, September 3rd, she turned 4, so, but the terrible 2s, stayed till 3s, and I hope it goes away during 4s because
Yeah, the 2s
this was
weren't
been a
nearly as
ride.
bad as I think the 3s are gonna be over here, so I don't think there's a exact age range, but it's gonna happen at some point. It's gonna be early on. I'm like, I think we've started that range,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping we're on the downhill slide, and I kind of freaking doubt it. So,
Yeah, for us,
wishful
for our
thinking.
family, it's always been 3s. I don't know what
Uh,
it is, but, like, it hasn't been terrible 2s, it's been the 3s, and, God, I hope it ends soon because she's been just horrible. She's just been horrible, and it's so funny because my mom and my wife's parents are just all like, "Well, you're gonna have your hands full." I'm like, "Yeah, great, great, yeah." So when you're talking about, "Oh, we could have another baby," I'm like, I literally have not thought that thought in probably 2 years. So like, I'm
my
just like, "Yeah,
wife
I'm good. I'm snipped. We're not
My
doing it."
wife thinks that literally at least a dozen times a day we should have more kids. So
Oh my
uh,
god.
I need to get snipped. I never did. I need to. It
Yep.
should just happen. That way it's taken out of my hands.
Snip,
'Cause,
snip,
yeah,
snip.
the more of these sweet things that happen that become sad, or yeah, I'll be like, well, yeah, I mean, I'm only 50.
We can do it.
Sure, let's do that. Funny.
You
My
just
wife would have like 30 kids if I let her have her way. So yeah.
yeah. You'd have to buy a farm just to get them to work.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're making a sports team here. It's all cheap labor. We can't work. My body's not into it anymore. Sorry, kids, it's on you.
It's on you. Let's do this. Feed the family.
Striker, you're the oldest. You will be the COO of this compound. Congratulations. There's no pay.
There's no pay. Good job. You've been promoted.
Yes, enjoy, son.
More
So proud.
responsibility, zero pay.
So proud of you. Before we wrap this thing up, I thought it's only fitting since you announced me becoming a co-host for Dad's Worldwide. I think I I've listened to some of your early episodes and I couldn't remember. Have you ever done like the official dad questions that you guys would ask? Have you ever answered them yourselves?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't have your list,
I
so
don't think
we're.
so.
I'm gonna get your list at some point, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
make you answer them. But for the
All
time
right.
being, I'm gonna give you some random ones I pulled up.
Ooh,
I'm gonna do like
interesting.
3 or 4 of these. Just doesn't have to be anything crazy in depth, but
I
make
feel
it
like on
special.
Step Brothers right now, where they like, we're gonna interview you.
Yeah. Okay, that's the way to do it. How much do you pay?
How much you get? I don't feel comfortable answering
We're
that.
asking the questions now, not you.
Pam Pan is the end
Pan,
silent.
think I can help with this?
I think
You sound stupid right now.
just shut your mouth right now. Shut your mouth.
Get out. Fantastic. God, I need to watch that
Yeah.
again. All right, so let's see. I'm just gonna pick one of these at random. Are there things you wish you have done? Are there things you wish you had done differently as a father? And I guess I could tack on during a certain age range because, like we just mentioned, once that age range is gone, there's no getting it back. Do you look at any of your kids and go, "Man, I wish I would have done this differently," or "I know now what I didn't know then"? Is there something that sticks out in your mind?
I wish I had more patience with my older one.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah,
I still wish that literally today. So get you.
I am way better today than I was then. I can say that honestly. And do I lose my patience now? Of course. Yeah, like I'm
Mhm.
human. I lose my shit sometimes. But when yeah, I don't know, not that I wasn't ready for it. I mean, well, I guess maybe I wasn't ready for it. So it just I just don't think I think I could have been a little bit more patient with him. Yeah, I think I wish I had done a little bit better with that.
Fair, fair.
Yeah.
Is there anything you regret not having asked your grandparents about parenting?
Oh, geez. Well, I didn't have my grandparents for very long, so yeah, I mean everything. My one grandmother I had until I was in high school, and then the rest of them had passed when I was in single digits or before. So, oh yeah, I would love to know about my parents and what they remember growing up, because when you're a child and you're talking about, you just remember select stories, right? Like you don't remember
Mhm.
everything. I don't remember everything. Maybe you do. I don't know. There's some people tell me they remember back to when they were like 2 or 3 years old. I'm like, I don't like how do you remember?
Yeah, no
I can barely remember back to high school. That was like so yeah, I'd love to like hear an actual account of when my father and my mother were growing up, and just the havoc that they wreaked or didn't. I don't think my mom was a kind of a goody two shoes, so I think. But my grandmother did tell me a time about how my dad came back from when he was in the Navy, and he came back and ripped it up with the boys, and he didn't leave the bathroom all night. I
Yeah.
told him about that. He's like, why is she telling you this stuff? Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Let's see. How about this? Do you think today's fathers have it harder, easier, or just different?
Uh,
Yeah,
I
that's
think so. I
that's
want to
tough.
say it's easier, just on the simple fact that there's so much available to
Mm,
dads now that there wasn't even just 10 years ago.
for sure.
Um, I preach Instagram. I love Instagram because I've surrounded myself with a whole bunch of dads, a whole bunch of dad
Mhm.
groups, a whole bunch of like dad podcasts. So there's a whole bunch of dads out there who just want you to succeed and will help you do it. And uh, I don't know. I just there's so many more. There's so many more things available to fathers and parents in general, really, but even fathers. So I do think I think it's better. I think dads are encouraged to talk about their feelings and and uh, and to strive to be better. So yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay. What do you want to make sure that your children and grandchildren would remember about you?
My nah, no.
Yes. Yes. Bingo. Nailed it.
Personality. I was gonna say personality. Uh, I love making people laugh. I love. I want them to remember my humor, and I want them to remember how much I love them, how much I just dote over my kids, and how much I'm gonna love the grandkids. So that's it.
Perfect answer. Okay.
Thank you.
Finally, I'm not going to ask your question. I'm going to ask you this instead.
All right.
Does pineapple belong on a pizza?
No,
Okay. Boom.
no.
Nailed it.
I love pineapple,
Correct
but
answer.
I do not like it on pizza.
I don't like I don't like pineapple very much, period.
Yeah,
So for me, it's an astounding fucking no.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Ugh.
I love pineapple. I could eat a whole one in one sitting. But yeah, it just does not I mean, if I get to a place and that's the only pizza available, I'm probably gonna eat it. But I
You could
will
pick it off.
it will be grudgingly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But the juice is still there. You could tell
I know.
the
I've been
sweetness.
there.
It's the
I've done
sweetness,
it.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
It ruins it.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. So I used to like Hawaiian pizza too. Like I don't know what I was thinking. I
Really?
was like, yeah, I don't know what now. I'm like, what man, I must have like hit my head or something. What the hell? What the hell's wrong with me? So man, well, thank you. That was awesome. I love that. That was great. Great questions. Great question.
Figured I'd ambush
Yeah,
you a bit.
we'll have to incorporate some of those in the you said you were going to surprise me. That was definitely a surprise. I thought we were just going to talk about an article or something like that. No, that
Oh,
was great.
I got plenty of that to come later. It mostly
Yeah,
deals
yeah,
with like
yeah.
robotics of the sexual nature.
Oh Jesus.
Well, maybe.
Oh God. Yeah, we're gonna have to put some not safe for work like banners on some of these.
You know
All
what you
right.
got when you ask me to show
Oh,
up.
oh yeah, absolutely. And I love it. Every minute of it. All right, Tony. Other than Dads Worldwide, where can people find you?
Oh, well, you can find me at linktree/Big Buck, and you can find me on top of that particular website listed all across there. So many shows: Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, Hazard Analysis, The Dog and Chicken Show, The KOE Nation. I'm sure there was another one or two. I'm on TikTok somewhere at Tony the Rod. I think I'm on Instagram at Tony the Rod. Twitter, I think on Tony the Rod. I guess that's X now. Good God, there's so much Tony G. It's so little time, but consume as much as you can. Linktree/Big Buck, and you'll find me.
Oh my God. Um, so yeah, I I'm so excited, man. I thank you. Thank you
You're excited. Feel these
for
nipples.
agreeing to do this. What's that?
You're excited.
You
Feel these
broke up there.
nipples.
Oh, these nipples like cutting glass. Oh man. You know how to get a hold of me, Brendan at dadsww.com. Oh, and what I meant to say was like Tony will have an email address. So it's gonna be Tony at dadsww.com if you want to hit him up.
Oh my
And
God, I've made it.
of course, you want to hit us both up at the same time and tell us how god awful we are. Hate mail at dadsww.com. Send it. Tony can't wait to get his first hate mail. I know it.
Yes.
I know it.
Oh, I'm
And
aching. Literally aching.
in the groinal area. So,
Yes,
dude, I
very
got a
southern.
cricket. I like we just talked about crickets. I got a cricket right now, and he's like creeping up on me. He's hearing me talk. He's coming towards my voice. I'm gonna have to murder this son of a bitch.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so
are the cricket whisperer. Yes.
dude, oh my god, it's been a great year for crickets. It really has. You know that I already said that, but thanks for listening, folks. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. This cricket's taking me out of my game completely, and I'm leaving all of this in. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Hit us up, and please don't forget to share with a friend. Thanks for listening. Later.